Well, hello everybody. Welcome to season 3. Can you believe it? We are season 3, 2024 for the Justice Plan Weddings podcast show. Now, um, I've got a new backdrop. I went to IKEA over the summer, and can you believe it? We are now we've done with 2023. We're done with that year. We are now in a very very exciting year. I feel like the wedding industry is a buzz. It is rife with people getting married and love and everything else in between. And there is something exciting happening to the show here because today I am going to be revealing something very special. We are here at the Justice Planned Wedding Podcast. We are now having two hosts, so we're gonna have to change that intro moving forward. But the most important thing is that there is a lovely lady that I'll be sharing the chair with throughout the season here. So you'll get to hear two voices. So if you got sick of me throughout the last season, the good thing is you can balance it out. You can just skip all my episodes and go to her instead. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Amanda Lutvey. Marry me, Amanda. Amanda, welcome to the show and welcome to the
Hello.
co-hosting chair. How you doing?
Hello, I'm good. And I'm sure they didn't get sick of your voice. I'm sure that won't be the case if they're skipping all your episodes. But thank you. Thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
Oh, I'm excited to have you. It was a pleasure when I got the email from the owner and editor of Justice Plans Weddings, Christine Irons, and she mentioned that she had a great relationship with you prior throughout the year and was interested in sort of varying it up. And I thought, the great thing is that you and I represent two major parts of the day. You taking care of the
Mm.
ceremony, and then of course me taking care of the reception. And I think that is probably in my mind the perfect co-host coordination you can possibly imagine because we just obviously we own our own spheres of influence, and that's the best part about it. Amanda, look, people know me, at least I hope you guys do out there. But I'm introducing you to the show here, and you'll be taking the reins for about half the episodes throughout the season. So tell us, tell the audience, tell the adoring fans from Antarctica to America and beyond. Tell everybody. What exactly? How long you've been in business? Where do you operate? I'm in Sydney, but you're a little bit further north than I am. And just why do you do what you do?
Yeah, so look, I am in sunny Queensland or rainy Queensland. We've had an interesting start to 2024 with tornadoes and all kinds of things in my region. So I live and work primarily in the Scenic Rim. So it's kind of Gold Coast hinterland. So I live in a little place called Canunga. It's a tiny little village, but only half an hour drive from the Gold Coast. So I do weddings everywhere from all the way down the Tweed Coast to Brisbane and everything in between. And my region is country, but it's very diverse. We've got country towns, villages, all kinds of things. And look, I've been in business as Marry Me Amanda for about 2 years. So this is coming into my third year as a celebrant. I own another little business called Scenic Rim Elope. And yeah, weddings are absolutely everything. It's got to be the best job in the world, right?
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I certainly I feel blessed that I've had two best jobs in the world for being a former cruise director and now working in weddings a lot. But certainly I find that jobs that like what we have, we don't even. I think that using the word job is just strange, because
Mm.
it's not meant to be a job implies it's such a weighted word, isn't it? It implies that we're sort of we're exhausted and we're tired and we're gonna toil our way through the day and we're being it just has such a yucky sort of idea to it. Whereas I find
Mm.
labor of love, as I like to call it, and I'm sure you do too. So and I look, we actually need you and I need to obviously we've never met before in terms of apart from digitally, but I will be finding myself up your way July this year for the DJMC conference Beat Mix at the Gold Coast Convention Center. So I'll have to make sure I make.
Fabulous.
Yeah, I'd love to see you up there. It's always nice too, right? That we it's sort of an insight into sort of to vendors, right? Because a lot of people go, they see what we do, the
Mm.
listeners, they see what we do obviously day in and day out on social media and all that, but the one thing is they forget is that sometimes we're all actually friends too. We do like to catch up and have social lives outside. How often do you sort of since you've been in the industry similar time that I have, how
Mm.
do you catch up with people and you go out and you do birthday
100%.
parties and stuff?
It's actually funny. It's so my background is not dissimilar to you, kind of the hospitality. I worked on cruise ships for a little while. I worked in five-star hotels and a lot of events. I've spent a lot of time organizing events and weddings, but almost from that wedding planner point of view. And people in the industry love talking about weddings. We like chatting about things. We like sharing our frustrations. It can be bloody lonely being by yourself in a small business, right? So actually having others that get it and that you can chat to is really important. I've connected with some amazing vendors in my region, and it's at least once a week I'm catching up with one of them for a coffee, a Zoom call, or whatever, just to have that connection point. And then when you actually get a wedding together, how cool is that when you turn up and you know the celebrant, you've worked with them before, you know the MC, you know whoever it might be. It's like that, hi, yes, we're working together. So,
I totally agree with you. Totally agree with you. I had that experience just on the weekend of my first wedding of 2024. A fine gentleman known as Nick Reed, who was just a legend down in the Central Coast region in New South Wales, and we've actually, it's funny, we look quite alike. We've had several people at the annual ABIA Awards confuse us quite a lot because we've got a very similar beard, similar look, etc., same height, and even though definitely no relation. And it's funny because we'd only met each other through these awards nights, and he's a very accomplished DJ, MC, acoustic vocalist, and we met each other the first time. It was just like we've known each other for years. And I totally echo that feeling that sometimes, even if you have never met them, but you've vicariously lived through their life on social media, because obviously social media is life in the wedding industry, and but then you finally get to see each other, and it's just such a synergy is built straight away, and that doesn't happen in a lot of other industries. That's just, I mean, yes, sure it does, but it's just not. It's a very unique thing, I think, to weddings, that you can feel like you know somebody because we know exactly what it's like to be in the trenches, but at the same time, sometimes you never see each other for years, and then you see each other again, and it's like it was like yesterday.
Yeah, 100%. And I think also, we need backup people as well. Like as a celebrant, especially, I think if COVID taught us one thing, it's you need someone who can step in just in case something happens. So surrounding yourself with a network of like-minded people who the quality of their work, that they could do it justice if you needed to, for whatever reason, need a backup on the day. That's gold. You really, especially in this day and age, it's one of those things that I think is really important. So
absolutely,
yeah, hopefully I never need
someone. Oh, absolutely. Yes, I very much feel that too. Thankfully, I don't know about you, but I certainly have not had to relinquish a wedding yet. So,
No.
Good. Glad you haven't either, because it's a terrifying thought. But so you're going to be joining the show, and I'm really excited to obviously be sharing the co-chair with you. What can people, if they want to check out season 2, they can know exactly my style. But what can they expect from you as a host? What's your style? Tell us all about it.
My style, wow. So look, when I talk about my celebrant style, I suppose I bring a warmth and an engagement to my couples. I'm someone who likes to get to know people really well, and I suppose I think I'm pretty authentic. I keep things real. I like getting to the core of issues and having a chat about things that sometimes might be a bit uncomfortable. So I think the conversations, I'm hoping that we can actually get to the core of what's really important. People watching this, you're about to get married, you're probably organizing for the first time ever the biggest event you'll ever organize, and we need the inside tips, right? And I think that's what this show's all about, isn't it? It's sharing those inside tips, and that's what I've loved watching back the first 2 seasons is the quality of the vendors you've had on, and you pick something up from every interview. I know I'm always learning, and every time I speak to someone in the industry, I say, what a great idea, I love that, or that's a different angle, a different way to look at things. So yeah, I'm hoping that I can bring that warmth, that engagement to this podcast as your other arm, your other host.
Look, I'm always happy to share the stage. It's even though I'm usually used to obviously co-hosting physically with somebody. It's since becoming an MC, you don't. There's not a lot of co-host work that goes on anymore. But on cruise ships, as you know, because yes, while I was taking care of the stage, you were taking care of the front desk. I um I always was. I was working a lot of the time with other staff members. It was very common to do shows with two people, and so there was always that back and forth that you had to accomplish. And there's a very fine line between obviously someone taking the show for themselves versus obviously being like really receding within them and letting someone else take over. So I used to love, like, in my earlier years, trying to find that fine balance of being able to really prop somebody up, but at the same time, have your moment. And it's really, really cool that, I can see how passionate you are. We've been, in between, our meetups and catch ups and stuff. I've been seeing all your social media posts, and I just love that you really genuinely care about your couples. It's not something that you just write as a tagline. And certainly I know that you operate two great companies who both, in one sense, your main celebrancy, which you do your big weddings, and then if someone wants an elopement, they just go, right, I want to go to somewhere country, which it's my hometown as well. I'm a country kid at heart. And so it's like, if you want to go and do something small, intimate, you take care of that as well. So it really sounds like you've just got a total lockdown on everything that is weddings, and it sounds like your 2024 is just going to be absolutely a monster.
Yeah, well, look, it's already shaping up to be a good year, and I'm really excited about that. And it's what you just said is really, really key. I think, working with other quality vendors, such as yourself, when you go in as a celebrant, you know that there's a professional master of ceremonies coming on to follow you. What I do sets the tone for the day, but then you need to take it on for the reception, the main bit, the bit people are there for. It's funny. Meeting a lot of couples, they haven't given much thought to the ceremony piece. It's all about the reception, but without the ceremony, it's just a big party, right? So we do need to get them legally married. And I think, as a celebrant, that's what I try to talk to my couples about, is how do you want people to feel during your ceremony? And let's make sure that we set the tone for this day, so that when they go on and I hand over to Nathan as your MC, it flows and it's nice and it works, and it's, I think there's a lot to be said for having professional vendors look after your day and support you through what will be the biggest event of your life, really.
Couldn't agree more, and I think that's the best insight that we're going to provide in this short introductory episode to the season. That, in a sense, that I love that handover part. That, for me, that I call it the silent handover between the celebrant and the MC. I think it's there's two caps that need to be worn. So if any of you out there are considering, say, for instance, a celebrant MC, which is quite common as well, it's important to find somebody, I find, that can wear two different hats. They're not bringing that ceremony flavor and reverence to the reception, because, as you said, it's a party. It's not regurgitating all the notes that you kept on the cutting room floor. It is, let's now get into the party mode and let's celebrate, as opposed to rehashing the love story. And because it's celebrating their new chapter now, right? You're basically, in your ceremony, you're summarizing what their life has been, and then entwining their new chapter together in the form of a legally binding certificate, and obviously the witnessing in front of their friends and family. And then I go, thank you for being amazing, thank you for doing that. And then I'm able to say, right, everybody, it's party time, come with me, and let's carry this night away and make it the best night of your lives. And I love that. I love when it's a great combo, and it's a good celebrant on stage who just knows exactly what they're doing, like yourself. Because, and you're right, people don't give that much thought to it. So I'm hoping, by the fact that, I'll put it this way, if you're listening right now, it means you are giving thought to it. So we both appreciate it a lot. And you're right, you resonated with me there where you said quality vendors are the people that, when you leverage them, they're the ones that really carry your day. And you don't have to think about anything, right? Imagine having a stress-free day where every component is taken care of. I find it terrifying, this idea, when people say, oh, I'm going to get mum to cook the pasta, and I'm going to get dad to do the flowers and this, that, whatever. And it's like, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I mean, you do you, but it's a lot of work. So, obviously, I just find balance in terms of what you're prepared to take upon yourself versus, just that little bit extra in your budget to have people like you and I and others who are just more than happy. We live, eat, and breathe this. We wake up, we spring out of bed, and we go, yes, a wedding. Let's do it,
And I think, look, especially in 2024, everyone's talking about cost of living. They're talking about where are my funds going to go? So funds are tight for a lot of people getting married. And I think it's about really working out what are the most important parts of your day and what do I need to put my money into and what don't I need to include? And I think, really looking at especially if you've never done this before, which the majority of people haven't, link in with your vendors. We've got this experience. We're here to share. And I love nothing better than going to an initial meeting with a couple and going, oh, photographer, oh, I can help you with that. Oh, you need someone for florals. You need someone to MC, whatever it might be. Referring people that we know are going to deliver for them. There's nothing better than giving referrals like that. So good.
Totally agree. I couldn't agree more with you. And look, it's a team effort. We're not out here to literally take your limbs. I think the phrase arm and leg needs to be removed from the Oxford Dictionary this year, but I'll leave it at just that. But certainly I find that you're absolutely correct. If the synergy and the teamwork that we want in this industry is there. I see it all the time. 99% of my weddings are ones where there's a beautiful sort of relationship between each of the vendors. We all care about being there. It's fascinating, right? We don't actually work together specifically as like a package, right? We're always working with different people every time. There's that one moment in time, just like the cruises we used to work on, right? That one moment in time will never exist again, both for yourselves, but also for us. We're doing a once in a lifetime moment every wedding we do. And so we value that we have to step up to that. And so it's not something we take lightly. And I know that I speak for both of us when we're both really excited to bring you all listening today a really, really strong season full of some amazing talent from all around Australia. I know I've already got a couple of people in the pipeline and yourself as well, Amanda, who represent an awesome cross-section of this industry, from different talents such as DJs and entertainment agencies to florists and makeup artists and everything else in between from all over the country. So I'm excited. I cannot wait to present these episodes to everybody. And Amanda, thank you for joining us on this journey as well. I'm really excited to see your first episode and to hear it and just to be cheering you on. And I really hope we get to work together soon as well.
Oh, I have no doubt we'll find a wedding during the year. So, but no, I'm really excited to be here, as I said. And let's bring it on. Let's get season 3 underway.
Let's do it. Well, folks, go ahead and press that first episode and let's make it happen. Folks, I hope you have a beautiful wedding. I hope it goes just as planned. And myself, Nathan Cassar, Master of Ceremonies, Amanda Lutvey, Marry Me Amanda. We'll see you at the end of the season, and perhaps we'll do a wrap up. We'll talk to each other again at the beginning of next season. We'll reflect on all and how the journey has been. And I just wish each and every one of you listening a beautiful 2024. If it is your wedding year, congratulations. If you're still planning for 2025, good luck. Send us a call, send us an email, drop us a line, like and follow, and we'll see you around the traps.
See ya.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of the Just As Planned Wedding Podcast. Please like and subscribe to let me know that you want more videos just like this one. And of course, please follow us on our socials at Just As Planned Wedding on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for more expert insights to help your wedding go just as planned.